What's happening, everyone? Jay Shocklast here, and check it out. We have Funko Fusion, and as you can see, I have 100% completion on the game and a Platinum Trophy on PlayStation 5, and this is a lot of fun. The game has come a long way in the 2 weeks that it's been out. It is a little bit more challenging than I was expecting based on my experience with some of the LEGO games, but once you start to figure things out, it starts to make sense, and they have made a lot of quality of life updates to the game already that have made the game substantially better. And I just want to say that I am very excited for the future of this game, and I really and truly hope that we get lots and lots of more content over time. I know that they have said that, you know, what you get in the box is what you get, but I don't know, man. I feel like I don't think anybody would argue with a little bit of paid DLC down the line. So we'll see what happens. But in any event, this is a video I like to make in all of the LEGO games, and we're going to be here today to do the same thing and show off all of the characters in Funko Fusion. And this obviously right here is Freddy Funko. He is the face of Funko. He is the mascot of Funko. And obviously in this game, he is one of the main characters. And this is his cosmic form that you get for 100% completing the game. And it's pretty cool. Before we get too far into all the characters, I do want to just hop over to PC, because at the moment, the only way to play the Team Fortress 2-pack is on Steam. Now today, they have announced that these characters will be coming to Xbox and PlayStation in the near future for free. So let's go check them out, and then we'll come back over and discuss the rest of the characters. So here we are on PC, and I just want to say thank you to 1010 Games, because they did provide me a PC copy of the game, even though I don't normally play on PC. And you'll probably see the reason why right here. The game is a little choppy for me when I try to record on PC, and I do apologize for that. But for now, the only way that you can play as the characters from Team Fortress is on PC, on Steam, because obviously Team Fortress is a Valve game. And Valve have been gracious enough to allow for Funko Fusion to release the Team Fortress characters onto Xbox and PlayStation, and in the future it will also hit Nintendo Switch and any other platform, I would imagine, that the game comes out on. So as you can see, we've got the Engineer, the Heavy, the Medic, and the Scout. So each character comes with their red and their blue variant of their outfits, and they're pretty cool. One of the things that I do like, because there's so few characters that come with a guitar, I do like the fact that the Engineer does have a guitar option. The other characters are pretty similar to the most of the other characters in the game, but the Engineer has a guitar. Look at the Heavy when he pops out here, right? He just kind of like plops down and falls. And again, I realize this is a little bit choppy, so we're going to keep it short and sweet. Just understand that if you're playing the game on PlayStation 5 or Xbox series of consoles, you will have access to these characters very soon. I don't know the exact date. It may already have happened by the time you actually watch this video, but so I apologize if this video is choppy, but that is Team Fortress. And let's carry on with the other stuff. All right, so that is the Team Fortress pack, and like I said, coming soon to a console near you. Now, these are the Funko boxes. If you have been to like literally any store in America and probably all over the world, you have seen these things everywhere. I mean, I see them at 7-Eleven, for crying out loud. And that's cool, man. These have become some of the most popular toys in the world, and it is all led by this guy right here, the mascot, like I said, of Funko. We have Freddy Funko. This is what he normally looks like in his original form, and like I said, you do unlock him for 100%ing the game. There is also a chrome silver version of Freddy, and you know, that is something that Funko does with a lot of their different pops. They have some that are like a chrome red, a patina, and they've tried to recreate those in this game. Now, obviously, with over, I don't know, 70 characters, in the game. It's going to be tough to show every variation of every character in the actual world, but I am going to try to at least show you them in the boxes in the menu selector. Now let's talk a little bit about the menu selector, okay? There's different shelves, okay? And I love that. It's really cool. You have to walk up to the box and select a character that way. A little different when you're just having instant access all the time like we're used to in the Lego games. And before I go too further, I am going to compare it to the Lego games because a lot of the people that started 1010 Studios came over from TT Games and having created a lot of the Lego games. So there's some similarities there, for better or worse. You know, it is what it is, and I say it with nothing but respect because I love the Lego games, and I really love the Funko game too. So the top shelf right here, which hopefully we'll be filling up very soon. Obviously, we'll be adding Team Fortress to it, but right now it has The Walking Dead. This is the DLC shelf. And then right here we have the Funko shelf, which has a couple characters that are unique to Funko themselves. You know, like Proto and Foxxo, and those are characters from the Funko world. And then we go down to Jurassic, and you'll see that like Back to the Future is here with the Jurassic World stuff. That is because that is where their cameo world is located. So they're on the same shelf with the Jurassic characters. Same thing with Scott Pilgrim. You know, you got the Five Nights at Freddy's and Mega Man. And then you got Umbrella Academy and Masters of the Universe, obviously my favorite. You know, Hot Fuzz, The Thing, Battlestar Galactica. And then on the bottom shelf, it's actually your favorites. I think you can have about 8 favorites. And I chose to make my favorite characters that I used a lot because of their abilities. If you look at the boxes, they all have different icons that kind of showcase what their special abilities are. And obviously Skeletor is here because he's the best character in the game. But like Childs, I probably wouldn't have put Childs here if I probably would have rather have Voltron here. But he does fire damage, and I think he's the only one that does it. So that's why he's on my favorites. Easy access, same thing with number 5. I've never watched an episode of Umbrella Academy, but he's the only one that has that kind of shifting ability. So in any event, let's go ahead and get right into it. Let's go up to the Funko shelf. And we've already seen Freddy Funko. He is kind of like the big leader of the story. Well, then you have Eddy, and let's actually go off this one real quick. This is Eddy Funko. He is kind of Freddy's evil variant, if you will, and the antagonist of the story. And here he is with all of his special powers. But the one I want to show off, and you unlock Eddy after 100% completing the game, is this guy right here, the skeleton version. He costs 100,000 vinyl, and oh my goodness, look at how sick this character is, okay? He is so cool looking. I had not seen him until just now. Actually, this is my second take. They announced the Team Fortress stuff as I started to make the video. I knew it was coming, but I didn't want to say it until I was allowed to say it. So, yeah, I decided just to remake the video. So this is the second time I've ever actually seen it. And my reaction the first time was even better because this guy, he's just sick, man. Look at this thing. Dude, he's so crazy. This is easily the coolest looking character in the game. So I wanted to highlight that. And, of course, remember, you don't get him until you 100% complete the game. Now, Proto is another character that is part of the Funko universe. You'll see little Protos all over the place, and he is one of the characters that you unlock in the game. It says he does fire damage. I haven't been able to get that to work, but I just got the original version of him. In order to unlock Proto, you have to unlock all of the red weapon parts and all of the green soda parts. So I do have a variant that's really cool. This is the Eddy variant of Proto, and I actually got this from Funko themselves. They sent out some codes to reward members, and that's the only way that you can get this version. And I couldn't get him to do fire, but maybe the regular version does. There is also a black and white version, which you can tell the difference because there's a little bit of color on Proto. There's also a Thing variation. The Thing is one of the levels, and if you get infected by the Thing virus, some of the characters unlock extra skins, as well as zombie variants, which I haven't gotten for Proto yet. But there's that. Foxxo is another character from the Funko universe. And this is a character that is greeting us in the beginning of the game. And Eddy just like absolutely destroys and unalives, if you will. And we have to find his parts throughout the 42 levels of the game. And doing so will unlock this cute little guy, Foxxo. He also has a Thing and Zombie variant. I only got the Thing variant for now, but there is a Zombie variant as well. If you go to the Shaun of the Dead level and get infected by one of the zombies, your character will become a zombie, and there will be a skin for most of them that you can unlock. Mecha Freddy, this is a sick one right here. This is one of my favorites in the game that I used a lot. This is one of 5 different characters that you can get from buying the physical Funko Pop figures. There is also a Funko Pop figure of Freddy, the Mecha, and we actually see him put the suit on like Iron Man in the beginning of the game. The only way to get him right now is by actually buying the Funko Pops and redeeming the codes. It is a chase version. There is a chrome gold as well, which is kind of cool. So if you like the Funko Pops, you have a chance to get them, get him from one of the codes in the boxes. Colonel Sanders, there are 42 KFC buckets throughout the world that you have to find. And this, I actually had a phone call with Arthur Parsons from 1010 Games on Monday before recording this video. And this is something that was like a passion project for him. Like, he just loved the Colonel and loved the Funko Pop and wanted to get him in the game. And by finding 42 KFC buckets, you will unlock him. Now, if you are in North America, or maybe America specifically, and you do use the KFC app, there is a chef version that you can get from the rewards program in the KFC app for free. Like, just literally claim it and redeem it, and they'll send you a code. And then there's a Mecha suit version of the Colonel. Now, this costs 250 reward points through KFC, which is the equivalent of spending $25 buying food from KFC. So if you like that, cool. If not, whatever. But that is an option. I'm sure at some point it'll be DLC available in the game. Big Boy is a very popular character in the Funko universe, and was also a restaurant, Bob's Big Boy. In my area, we had Abdow's Big Boy, and this is a very popular, mascot for some of the different restaurants. Here's the regular version of Bob's Big Boy. As I mentioned, there was a zombie version, and if you notice, he has green pants in his zombie form. There is also blue pants. I got him infected with the Thing, but he does not seem to have a Thing variant. In order to unlock the Big Boy, this is another one where you get a code from the Funko Pops. So that is how you get Big Boy. I don't think there's another way right now, but there you go. There's Big Boy. So that takes us through the Funko shelf. And who knows, maybe we'll get some other characters that have been created like through, I think they have like Fantastic Plastics. They have some other like original characters to them that you can get. We're going to go down to the Jurassic World shelf. And right here you have John Hammond, and obviously this is the creator of the Jurassic World. He's got a black and white and a chrome variant, and he is somebody that you get by finding 42 fossils throughout the lands of Funko Fusion. Obviously we can't have anything without Chris Pratt in it, so here is Chris Pratt. He's got his zombie variant in orange and a black and a white. So Owen is obviously one of our main characters in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and he is in Funko Fusion along with Claire Deering. Why am I blanking on her name? But she's obviously very, very famous director and actor. I've got her zombie variant. Her dad was super famous. Howard. Can't think of it. Anyway. Listen, I do this in one take, so it is what it is. It gives you guys a chance to correct me and feel smarter than me, but she's an option. You got Barry Sembene. I think I'm getting that umlaut right, or whatever they call it. We've got the zombie variation, the orange chrome, and the black and the white from Jurassic World Dominion. So you can see that there are different Jurassic Worlds covered in this. And then you have Kayla, who I think might actually have been my favorite version character out of the 4 to actually use. So there you go. Then we have Dilly, okay? This is the Dilophosaurus. I don't know. My brother is like infecting my brain with me pronouncing it wrong, which, by the way, if you ever watch any of my Lego Jurassic World videos, I used to bait people by mispronouncing the dinosaur names. This is a character, this version right here, you get from the one of the 5 Funko Pops, and I absolutely love this version. They're doing this at New York Comic Con, and it's super limited. I'm super bummed about it because I know I'm never going to get it, even though it's one of my top 5 favorite characters in this game. So the edified version is exclusive to the code, but when you complete the Jurassic World level, this is the 5th character you can unlock, and it comes with the regular version. You can get a zombie version, you can get a thing version, you can also get this orange chrome, and there is this red version, which, not gonna lie, is pretty sick. Also, the 5th character unlocked on each level comes with a special ability, and for Dilophosaurus, or Dilly as I like to call him, he comes with super speed, all right? Also, you unlock the Back to the Future cameo world in this Jurassic World level, and you get Marty McFly, Michael J. Fox himself, one of the few characters in the game with a guitar, and he also has a skateboard. I choose him over Scott Pilgrim, although I'm going to say Scott Pilgrim is probably one of the coolest characters in the game for reasons we'll get to when we get to Scott Pilgrim. But Marty, obviously, he's on my favorite shelf. And you do have a zombie version, black and white, chrome orange. So there's Marty McFly. I'm sure there's a thing version. I just have not unlocked all the thing variations. Obviously, we got Doc from 1955, based on the Back to the Future. We've got zombie, black and white, and chrome orange. So that is our Back to the Future shelf. And speaking of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, here he is right here. And this is his zombie variation from the start. And he has a guitar. Now, here's what's sick about Scott Pilgrim, okay? Because honestly, I would rather use Marty McFly. But when you start going through Scott Pilgrim, he has the most outfits in the game. All right? So here's his zombie and here's his thing variation. And you can see kind of the difference between the two. But look at that. He has a Shaun of the Dead shirt for zombie. And he has the thing shirt for the thing. And that's awesome. That's so sick. There's a version of him with a coat. There's a bass guitar version. There is the whatever SP. I'm assuming just Scotty Pilgrim. I don't know what that. I have not seen this movie. And then a Power of Self-Respect. I don't really know what the difference between these two is. They look same, but you have a rainbow variation. They've got rainbow Funko Pops. I believe those are normally Pride related. Then you have a regular Scott Pilgrim with a plum tree shirt. Then you have Nega Scott with a coat. And I thought there was... Oh, then there's Classic with the star. And then there's Nega Scott. So look, so many different versions of Scott Pilgrim, which I think is really cool. You got Ramona Flowers right here. And she obviously has a couple different versions. She has a zombie and a black dress. And all of the Scott Pilgrim characters have rainbow. So each character, each level, the characters have a special Funko version. So for this, it was rainbow. For Jurassic, it was the orange chrome, and so on and so forth. But a lot of these characters have different variations. And another thing to consider is a lot of these characters. So, like, I think if I were to get infected by a zombie or the thing wearing the black dress, I believe she gets a zombie version of that variant as well. We also have Knives Chau. And we've got the blue hair. We've got the scarf. Got the rainbow. And then you got the regular again. So look, different versions of her. Steven Stills, one of the very few characters that also does guitars. You got zombie. You got the black suit. Rainbow. And then there's Gideon Graves also does guitar. And this is the rainbow variation. You got the zombie. And then you got a black and white. So these are pretty cool. Five Nights at Freddy is a cameo world that you can get. And this is a pretty cool one. I think it might be my favorite level in the game. And as you can see, this is actually the flocked version of Freddy Fazbear. Flocked has got like a little fuzz to them. These are actual things that are on the Funko Pops. So here's the regular version of Freddy Funko. And you can notice it's a soft, like plastic look, whereas Flocked has got that kind of fabric-y look. You even see like lint kind of hanging out on him. He does have a Thing variation and a zombie variation, and then a rainbow variation because he's on the shelf with the Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. So that's really cool. And here obviously is Five Nights at Freddy is a super popular video game and recently a movie. So it was really cool for them to get Five Nights at Freddy in this game. In order to get to the next one, you basically just hit the box. And then you have Foxy the Pirate, also unlockable from Five Nights at Freddy's. He's got his Thing and Zombie variant, plus a rainbow and a flocked. Now, I know that if you play the level, Chica is there, and there's a fourth one that you see. And I think we all would have loved to have gotten as many characters as possible. And who knows, maybe in the future they'll release them. But for now, from that level, you get 2 characters. Freddy, you get for, I believe, beating the level. And then the second character on each cameo world, you get for having all 7 crowns. So there you have it. And Gideon, the 5th character of each world, is unlocked by beating the boss, by beating all 5 levels. So there is that. And last but not least, we have Mega Man. Now, Mega Man, you have to save across 7 different levels, but it starts in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Obviously, for all these cameos, I have unlock videos and 100% videos for the levels. But this was really cool, and there's a lot of different options. You know, I managed to get him infected in the Thing and in the zombie world. So there's that. So next we're going to move on to Umbrella Academy. And this was one of the first levels I wanted to get to, not because I watched the show, but because I wanted to unlock Invincible. So we'll get to them in a moment. But here is number 5. This is a character you will use a lot because he's the only character that does this ability. And I do hope that they can find some other characters. Like, it would be kind of cool if they gave it to, like, Omni-Man or Invincible, since they're so fast. But, you know, it is what it is. His zombie version is masked, which is pretty cool. And another thing that I want to point out, the Umbrella Academy characters have a patina version, which is kind of like a rusty statue look. Allison is another character that you will use a lot because she has the rumor ability, which allows her to talk to certain people and get them to move out of the way. And these are some of the other variations that she has. I'm sure she has a Thing variation. I just haven't gotten to that yet. Here is Diego. I don't know anything about Umbrella Academy, but you know, he's got some different variations here. And then, of course, you have Klaus. Now, there is a level with the 2 samurais where, for whatever reason, you're supposed to shoot the samurai that's running in circles in the back of the head. If you just use Klaus, for whatever reason, his ability, that circle is a little different. Whatever reason, his ability does actually beat that boss. And so, yeah, you might want to consider that. Here's Reginald. This is the 5th character you unlock in the level. And as you can see, he has health regeneration. That's his special ability. This is Patina and his normal version. I think we're stuck on black and white. So there's that. Now, here's what I would rather they did, okay? And this is hindsight. But these 5th characters having their special abilities, you know, you see he has health regeneration. I wish these were just like a red brick in the Lego games. A cheat that you unlocked by unlocking this character, and you could apply it to all the characters. And when we get to the Thing, I'm going to explain that a little bit further, and I think you'll understand. But for now, I know you can see Invincible here, and this is the first level I wanted. I think unlocking the Invincible world is the first video I put out for this game. And it was the first thing I wanted to do because I know Invincible is super popular. Here's Zombie Mark Grayson. You got Patina. You got Battle Damaged Patina. You got Battle Damaged. You got Bloody. There is a difference between Battle Damaged and just Bloody. So there you have it. There is Mark Grayson. And of course we have Omni-Man from Invincible as well. I have not gotten their Thing variation. I'm actually kicking myself right now because when I was in the Thing world, I was trying to get all the characters I thought were most popular, and I don't know how I forgot Invincible. Like, it's shame on me, Jay. Shame on me. But Omni-Man, like I said, I would have liked to have seen them maybe give him in Invincible those kind of speed powers. But his weapon can trigger laser-based objects. So there's that. Then you have Michael Knight from Knight Rider. This is a total 80s thing. This is David Hasselhoff himself. And if we look at his variations, he's got the Patina. We've got a zombie Hoth. We've got a black and white Hoth. Let me take him out real quick. Okay, because I want to point something out. Obviously, he's got this sick kit-based gun. And you can unlock this in the game for anybody to use. But there's also a little bit of a tribute here to his character from Baywatch, because he's got the little lifeguard bayou buoy thing for his melee weapon. So I thought that was a really cool Easter egg. And that brings us through the Umbrella Academy kind of quests. And that brings us to, as far as I'm concerned, the best thing in the game, and that's Masters of the Universe. I don't think you guys understand. This, along with Transformers and G.I. Joe, is my holy trinity of entertainment. Actually, I guess there's Star Wars. My big four. Star Wars, Masters of the Universe, G.I. Joe, Transformers. When Jay was a little kid, that was my life, okay? Freaking loved Masters of the Universe. Just love He-Man, all right? So you'll notice that there's Prince Adam and then there's He-Man. You have to unlock a certain ability through the levels in order to get He-Man. But obviously, we've got the different variations. And then He-Man becomes a separate piece. He can destroy gold vinyl objects. Now, what's really cool about this is you got Zombie, we got the Thing, we got the black and white, and then we got Iridescent. The iridescent ones are available for all the characters on the Masters of the Universe shelf. And then we have this guy right here, Slime Pit He-Man. All right, this is one of the 5 characters that you can unlock with codes from physical Funko Pops. And having watched enough of Arthur Parsons talk about him, he actually, this is like his thing. This is his toy. This is his baby. This is in the game because of him, and I appreciate that. I don't even know if there's actually a Slime Pit Funko Pop. If there is, I must have it. But yeah, I actually got the Chase version of the Funko Pop for Funko Fusion for He-Man, and I'm just so excited. I need to get a better one, but man, this is sick. I just love this so much. And you know, let's get back into some of these amazing characters. Obviously, it brings me down to my favorite shelf because he is on my favorite shelf. You've got Teela. Obviously, in the more recent Kevin Smith version of Masters of the Universe, Teela is a little bit more prominent a character, and they kind of changed a little bit of her backstory or evolved on it, and I actually liked it a lot, and I appreciate what Kevin Smith did for it. Oh, I did unlock, here is the zombie version of Orko, the iridescent, and then there is regular, there's civilian, and then he has this Thing variation, which I didn't unlock yet, but I did get for him. So obviously you use vinyl to unlock the different stuff. And Orko's pretty cool, man. I like Orko. And then you have Man-at-Arms, which is Teela's dad. And the King Randor's right-hand man. Iridescent, black and white. I haven't gotten his Thing version, but there's a zombie Man-at-Arms, so that's pretty sick. And then, of course, you have my favorite character in the game, invisible to enemies. Not 100% true. They see me. But, yeah, he can be, I guess, invisible to enemies. Maybe he doesn't get attacked as much, but I freaking love Skeletor, man. He's got a zombie variant. We got his thing variant. We got his black and white, his iridescent. And just look at him. I'm so excited. There is a Funko Pop at New York Comic Con for his kind of like Eddy version. And I'm so sad that I probably will never have it because they're only making 1,000 and you can only get it at the show. But when I tell you, I would play this entire game as just Skeletor if I could. This is a dream come true. I don't even really play Call of Duty, and I made sure to get his skin in Call of Duty. And apparently, according to all the Fortnite people, Skeletor is coming to Fortnite very soon. Use creator code JShockBlast for all your Epic Game Store needs, obviously. It's a dream. This whole thing is such a dream come true, man. I've wanted a He-Man game for so long, and I got to experience it a little bit. The He-Man level is a little tougher, but can I please play as Trapjaw, Merman, Evelyn, Beastman, like all the guys that we had to fight against? Can we just get them on this shelf too? Please, I'll beg. I'm begging a little bit. Thank you, please. All right, Evelyn Carnahan is from The Mummy. The Mummy is a world that you can unlock in one of the Masters of the Universe levels. I want to say it's level 3. But I have a video for it, obviously. And those are the different variations of her. And then you have Rick O'Connell, obviously. What did it say? Kevin? Abilities Kevin? I don't know what that means. I actually don't know what that means. But he has different variants. Zombie. Iridescent. So there's Rick. I haven't gotten him infected by the thing. And then we have Xena, Princess Warrior, Lucy Lawless. I don't think people understand. Xena was a big deal in the 90s, all right? This is a very popular show. Lucy Lawless has absolutely aged like fine wine. I think she might actually be hotter now than she was when she was younger. I was never a big Xena person, but, you know, she's also on Parks and Rec. She's Ron's significant other. And yeah, anyway, before I get too far away and straight on that path, Xena, Warrior Princess. Hot Fuzz, something I never thought that I would necessarily care about, but you know, 1010 Games is in the UK. So it kind of makes a lot of sense that they would want to have this really kind of cool, you know, cult classic movie. I really enjoyed these levels. It works really well in a game like this. And obviously the Hot Fuzz characters have the DIY variant version. Nicholas Angel and Danny Butterman are like the two main characters. If you use either of them in a Masters of the Universe level, you will unlock a trophy or achievement. So keep that in mind. So there you go. Doris Thatcher. Few different variations of her. I went hard getting the zombie ones. The thing ones are a little harder because there's not really as easy a place to get them infected, so it's a little bit more work. Sergeant Fisher. So there's him. And then Simon Skinner. Infinite Ammo. Now this might be something that you want to consider when you're trying to get vinyl, okay? One level that I recommend is the last level of Jurassic World, where you're shooting the dinosaur at the end. Just hold the trigger down and shoot the dinosaur non-stop. With this guy, I never thought of it until now, because I had been buying some of the other weapons with a better rate of fire. But apparently you can just hold down the trigger with him and not reload, so that's kind of cool. Anyway, here's his variants. I don't remember if he had a zombie. I feel like I tried to get him infected. Some of the characters just don't have zombie variants. So just keep that in mind. Jaws is a level you can unlock in the Hot Fuzz world. You got Chief Brody, who also is a zombie. Black and white, DIY. And then you have Quint, who has a lot of the same things. Probably has a Thing variant as well. And like I said, the Hot Fuzz shelf all have DIY variants. And then you've got this little bastard right here, Chucky. Oh my gosh, this guy is so hard to unlock, all right? And there is an Eddy DLC out there. Quick Brick Games might have a video showing it. I don't have it. I believe it was like a Walmart DLC. I forgot they had all these special DLCs, and I didn't get them all. At the end of the video, I will show off a couple Eddy versions for He-Man, Doc Brown, and Megan that I did get, but they're on my Xbox version of the game. And that is it for the Hot Fuzz shelf. I will say this about Chucky, man. This guy was tough to unlock. He is a jerk, just an absolute jerk. And it lives up to what you would expect him to be because of what he is in the movies, all right? Next up, we have The Thing, which is a movie I would never watch because I'm a coward and I don't do horror movies. But I have this actual Funko Pop right here from McCready. Thank you to Funko Fusion. They actually sent me McCready and Megan. I love the Chrome Reds, okay? I wish all the characters had a Chrome Red. The Thing characters have a Chrome Red variant, so that's pretty sick. And surprisingly, I don't have any of them as The Thing. But there's McCready with his Chrome Red. But yeah, we'll go back in here. Like I said, Child's, you might have seen that Proto does fire, but like I said, I haven't been able to get him to do it yet. So Child's is a character that you can get to do fire, so you'll probably use him quite often. Knowles is really cool because he has roller skates. I really like that about him. Actually, I'll take him. It's funny how I'm like taking out these Thing characters the most because I really like those roller skates. Kind of reminds me of Devil Dinosaur's little friend. So anyway, you got MT Gary. I mean, these are just all regular characters from The Thing. They don't mean anything to me because I'm scared and I'm not going to watch it. But all right, then you got this guy, the Norwegian. Okay, do you know what his ability is? It's invulnerable. And let me tell you, if you've been watching Funko Fusion videos from me or from other people, you are watching basically everybody play as The Thing, right? And the reason why is because nobody can hurt him. He is indestructible. And this isn't even an actual character. This is like a conglomerate of a bunch of characters. This is just a regular bad guy in the Thing movies. It's just a generic, oh, the Norwegians. And I only picked up on that because I read, you know, the dialogue and everything. Like, wherever the movie takes place, they refer to some people as the Norwegians. And this is just one of the ones that became like a zombie or whatever they are in that movie, all right? And he's on my favorite shelf, not because I love him, but because I love him. I have to love him because he's indestructible, takes no damage. Now, are they going to nerf him? I advise against it personally. I don't think that's a good idea. But what I would love to see, as I mentioned earlier, is if instead of these characters having individual abilities like that, it unlocks some kind of a cheat that you could just toggle in the menu like you did in the Lego games. That way, it's an option for people, and you don't have to watch everybody play as this otherwise boring character, okay? Like, and that's no offense. I appreciate what they did with The Thing. The Thing is one of the most unique experiences I've ever felt in video games because it is you're on the edge of your seat, okay? It is hard. It is a hard level. It is a frustrating level at times, but I really and truly, like, this is the artistry of what they did in Funko Fusion, okay? And I respect it as much as I didn't enjoy it as much as I should have, because I'm a scaredy little coward, okay? I don't like being scared. I'm sorry. Shaun of the Dead. All right, now this is a cult classic zombie movie. The level is so hard at certain points, but they have made some changes to it based on feedback, probably based on my Twitter feedback, because, oh my god, there's a choke point in the level where just the zombies, they just do not stop. They don't stop. It's like Dynasty Warrior. like just 1,000 enemies all at the same time, and you're just constantly in combat. And gosh, it was crazy. But you know, I respect what they were trying to do. It just doesn't make it less stressful. I was so stressed out. So there's Shaun from Shaun of the Dead, and then there's Ed from Shaun of the Ed. You get him for getting all 7 crowns. Yeah, there's Ed. A lot of people love Ed. Oh my god, then there's this little jerk, Megan. All right, she's not as bad as Chucky. Like, it's not... All right, and here's the one that you... This is one of the 5 that you can unlock from the codes from the actual Funko Pops. The battle damaged... Oh, wow. I didn't realize the battle damaged... This is the one that you actually get, but there's a battle damaged zombie version. I didn't even know that until now, because I did get her infected wearing that, but it also gave me a battle damaged zombie version. That's sick. Black and white, chrome red. Okay. The last battle I did with her took me like 20 minutes. It was a little obnoxious, but otherwise she was not that bad, that she just kind of like fight through her phases. But it's cool. It's cool the way they did it. Like, it is pretty cool. So that's the thing. And that brings us to our final shelf, Battlestar Galactica. Everything I know about Battlestar Galactica, I learned from Dwight Schrute on The Office. The Battlestar Galactica characters, the characters on this shelf have tie-dye variations. So there you go, the tie-dye. Starbuck. I mean, I think this show is older than me, which is tough, because on Halloween I turned 44. Yes, I am no spring chicken anymore. Here's Boomer, not me. Oh, his tie-dye is different. That's cool. I'm gonna leave all the tie-dyes up. You have Athena. Oh yeah, I actually never really noticed that the different ones had different tie-dyes, because I had only changed Starbuck and Voltron. You got Apollo. Yeah, there's his tie-dye. And then you have the Cylon. Now, there is a Cylon Funko Pop, and it's actually pretty cool. I don't want the regular one. I want the variant, the Chase. But, yeah, so he's pretty cool. I don't believe he or Voltron can become zombies, which sucks. Because they're robots, which makes sense. But yeah, there's different versions of the Cylon as well. He is the 5th character that you unlock, and his ability is weapon... Oh, double damage, so might be something you want to use because he packs a punch, so... Very unique. We have Nope. There is a Nope world. I'm not going to lie. The Nope world... almost made me have an aneurysm at the end. But still pretty cool. I did get him infected with the Thing and a zombie, and OJ does not seem to... seems to have like the genes that prevent him from being infected, but Emerald, on the other hand, from Nope, does not. The level for Nope is actually really cool. It's just at the end, you have a timer, and you have to do like all these different things within 8 minutes. And it was tough. It's meant for you to fail and learn it over and over again. And then we have freaking Voltron, and I'm gonna tell you right now, this is awesome. I was not the biggest, like, Voltron was like a tier 2 show for me when I was growing up. Like, I liked Voltron, but it was like out there with like Visionaries and like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for me. It was kind of like that second tier of like favorites growing up. But I liked, oh, and GoBots. Like those were like my second favorites behind the big 4. But this is sick. I mean, it's freaking Voltron, and I don't think it matters which version of Voltron it is, because they've done a few things with Voltron over the years. But I have the metallic Voltron Funko Pop. It's just sick. I freaking love Voltron. So that's cool. That's actually it. That's actually the last character that we have unlocked. You know, there are obviously some characters that I love, like, profusely. I didn't get to use them all because I felt like I kind of was forced to use the Norwegian, just because, especially when I'm making guides, you know, I don't want to, like, it's tough to, like, you know, get through it all and not necessarily, you know, die a lot or whatever. I don't care if I'm playing on my own, but, you know, when it's trying to make guides, I'm just trying to get it done. And, you know, it's just kind of one of those things where I just felt like it made sense to use the Norwegian a lot. And I wish I didn't have to. I really cannot stress or emphasize enough to the folks at 1010 Games how important I think it is to make sure that that invulnerability perk stays available. And instead of, you know, possibly taking it away from or altering it with, you know, with the Norwegian, I would embrace it and just make these special abilities available to everybody. You know what I mean? Like, make them toggles that you can go into the menu and be like, oh, red bricks, you know, and I don't know, call them like Loungefly. They're like Loungefly backpacks, because, you know, we're in the Funko factory, and somewhere around, oh, here, there's a stack of Loungefly backpacks. You can put your invulnerability backpack on, or your double damage backpack. You don't actually wear it, but it's something, a slot. It's just an idea that I have. You can have it for free. I'll never make a big deal about it. I know it's weird for some people seeing Omni-Man with a gun, but for better or worse, this is like the Lego games. It is what it is. He also has this like bug that he like swats people with. So yeah, man. Obviously, I would love to see just about every franchise that Funko does in this game in some way, shape, or form. That would just be amazing, obviously, as a fan. You know, obviously, we would love to see that. But this game, believe it or not, is based on Universal and NBC characters, okay? So that is why they chose some of the franchise that they did, right? Because they fall within a category that is who basically helped fund the game. So, you know, getting your requests in for characters that you would love to see in this game is great. But at the end of the day, I don't know. Do we get to? Oh, I don't know if we showed The Walking Dead. So obviously we have Rick Grimes. I might be doing this for a second time. Yeah, I have a couple different versions of Rick Grimes, and then obviously the same thing for Michonne. Now, keep in mind, you know, these are DLC characters. I paid $10 for them, and I'm fine with them adding DLC to the game that way. If you pre-ordered the game, I got a code from 1010, so the way that those codes end up working, they don't actually work as pre-orders. So I end up buying, which I'm fine with, and they are DLC. So there you go. Anyway, who are your favorite characters in the game? And who would you love to see in Funko Fusion? Before we end the video, let me hop over onto Xbox and show you the 3 other Eddy variants that I have. Alright, here we are on my Xbox version of the game, and we have the Edified He-Man. This is from the the GameStop pre-order bonus. You get the Edified version of He-Man, Megan, and Doc Brown. We'll check those 3 out, or other 2 out in a moment. Now, one of the cool things about getting these DLC characters is it does unlock their Eddy version of the character from the start. So here we have Doc Brown, and as you can see, I don't have any variants because on Xbox I don't have like anything unlocked. I haven't, you know, gotten that far. I literally have played 1 level of the game, just enough so that I can get these characters. But the Eddy versions of the characters are pretty cool. I would love to see all of them get their Eddy variants at some point. Another variant that I think would be pretty cool is when you catch on fire, your head turns into a skeleton, and I kind of think it would be cool if those versions were out there. Okay, here we go. Megan starts off in the thing, and you know, There is a little bit of a delay, unfortunately, on Xbox for whatever reason. This is the first time I've played it here. But, you know, Megan has this Eddy version that came with a pre-order code from GameStop. So there you have it. Those are all the characters of the game. Like I mentioned earlier, I think Quick Brick Games has a video showing off all the DLC. So I'll put a link to that in the video as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I certainly loved making it. And if we're going to look at any character here, it should absolutely not be Megan. It should be He-Man. So there you have it. I love the way they come in and out of the boxes like that. And there we go. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see ya.